Hello, my project managers. Welcome to PMBOK Gold. Today, we are taking a look at the solution to the EAC question I asked a few hours ago. The question was as follows, and then it goes further to ask some additional pieces of information. It tells you your cumulative actual cost. It tells you at month 8, work completed is 35%. And then it asks, what is the EAC? It gives you all these details. So if you haven't watched the previous video with the full question, I would recommend you do that so that you understand what exactly we're solving. Now, here's the deal. The solution is the budget at completion is 1.332 million. How do we get that? Well, remember we have a 12-month endeavor, and we are multiplying that by the 111,000 given. Okay? So if you multiply 111,000 by 12, that is precisely what you get. For that reason, I would advise that you have a very reliable calculator handy when you go through these quizzes. And of course, on the exam, you'll be given one. So that's how we got the BAC to start with. And then we went a step further and found the earned value based on the question details. So the question told you that 35% of the work had been done, if you recall from the question. So if you find 35% of the budget at completion, that's how you get the earned value. So the earned value was found by manipulating the formula that's in the PMBOK guide, buried somewhere, but it is earned value is equal to percent complete times your budget at completion. Okay, and this tells you the entire earned value across the entire project. So here we just did 0.35 times the budget at completion. That number. Okay, so that's what we did. And that's what gave the earned value to be that. Okay. So moving forward, the actual cost was given in the question. The planned value can be found, again, by understanding that 111,000 is the projected spend for each time period. So every month, the planned value monthly is this. So in 8 months, it would be 111K times 8. Okay, and that's how we got this number. All right, good. So proceeding further with the question, we then divide EV divided by AC, and we get 0.72. We also do the same for SPI, and we get 0.525. Now, if we take these numbers and plug them into our overarching formula, we can then understand how the EAC becomes what it is. So let's take a look one more time at the full question, and you see these details that I have plugged in and how they fit into the big picture of the question. So let's read the full question. Your project has had issues since the very beginning, and it has become very evident that schedule performance will affect your deliverable. That one, you want to highlight that right there. Schedule performance will affect your deliverable. You also want to look all the way down the question. Your resource availability has significantly declined since the new company reorganization. Some departments have lost very skilled resources, and copper, a major raw material, has risen in cost significantly. That's where we were given the actual cost. You see that? Month 8. So that is a clue to you to understand which planned value cumulative to use. Your cumulative planned value at month 8 is going to be this number, because it says, and the budget is spread over 12 months equally at 111,000 per month. So that's where the 111,000 came from. Okay. It then goes further to say, at month 8, work completed is, there's your clue for the earned value, 35%. And then the last line, it says, what is the EAC? Watch this. If cost performance has a significant impact on the outcome. But when you read these questions, it is important that you do not lose sight of the previous paragraphs that are relevant. It says, it has become very evident that schedule performance will affect your deliverable and final product outcome. So here we have both the SPI at play and the CPI at play. Okay? So with that in mind, with that awareness, let's move to the final part of this question. So you see how all the numbers unravel there, and now all we need to do is put them together in the overarching formula. So let's find the BAC minus EV, that is $865,800. The CPI times SPI will give you 0.38. And the right-hand side of the formula, which you already know, EAC is equal to AC plus the BAC minus EV divided by the SPI cumulative times CPI cumulative. So we're going to plug this number in right here, and then we've got the actual cost that we're going to plug in right there. Okay? So doing that, we obtain the full formula and the addition, and that gives us the big number of 2.949 million. Well, in full, $2,949,319.73. That's a chunk of change for the project. So that is your final answer. Okay. Now I did check before the webinar started, and from my last check, no one had sent in the correct answer. But I do want to give a shout out to those folks who attempted at least the question and sent in some answer. So Mary, thank you very much for sending in the answer you did. I appreciate that. And anyone else who might have sent in an email that I have not seen. Thank you for that. But as at now, I do not see any correct answer, pinpoint precise. So, for that reason, there is no prize for today, but tomorrow is always another day to play the game. So, thank you so much. I hope this makes sense to you. Remember to share this information with your friends. And if you are getting ready for the PMP exam, you definitely want to check out our website, www.praizion.com. That's praizion.com. We have training for the PMP, the CAPM, and a plethora of materials that will definitely enrich your PMP exam studying. In the next few weeks, Emily and I, my co-trainer, will be having some online training for the PMP exam, a full-blown course, which will help you go from where you are now to wherever you want to be. So stay tuned to the channel, look out for it. And if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to let us know. A huge shout out to one of my students out of Kamloops, Canada, Christine. She aced the PMP exam yesterday. Huge, huge shout out to you, Christine. She is the second person to take the bull by the horns from that class and get certified. So well done, Christine. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.